Anything? I figured you're about to flip it off. So I'm trying to get everything set up. You know, you do these weekly like we used to. We had it down more, but go a month between. You're trying to remember. Who else are we missing? Bex. Hey, welcome back. Mrs. LVB6. I am Charlize. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Deb's Low Food Map. Elisa. Okay, hey, Amanda. I want to hear about that conference you went to, Amanda. Message me. Okay, so good to see you guys. Gosh, you know, when you go a whole month, we do these on the first Monday of every month, by the way. We used to do them weekly. And we may go back to weekly at some point. Right now, we still love to touch base when we can. And yeah, it's just so fun to see names we recognize and know we're catching up with old friends. So thanks, guys, for joining us. Who are we, Claudie?
Well, my name is Claudie.
Mm-hmm.
And you are?
I am Megan. I am the owner of Allergy Awesomeness, the allergy mom and chef behind, trying to help people still feel awesome even if you have to give up ingredients.
And we are?
And we are allergy parents.
Yes.
First and foremost. And this
2 boys.
This handsome
1
man
girl.
Sitting here, my husband. I don't just have him on here as eye candy. Yes, we do. We have 2 boys and a girl. And you want to tell them about their food allergies?
Well, our 2 boys have food allergies.
Yes.
They both have tree nuts and peanuts.
Mm-hmm. They both have asthma, too.
And our oldest has EOE.
Yeah. I have a whole post about that. If you don't know what EOE is or you're new to EOE, Google a mother and son's journey through EOE. Like, answered every question I've ever been asked about EOE.
And so how many foods is he infected to?
Okay, we got to recount because we just like literally today, if you guys have been watching, we did an oral challenge and he passed shrimp. So now I'm like, I got to recount. Let's think here. Wheat, dairy, egg, peanuts, tree nuts, beef, oats, goat's milk. 8, but it's not the top 8. He's got 3 that are kind of random and weird. Basically, his body hates cows. Can't do beef, can't do milk. But what's interesting,
Thanks, Amanda.
Yeah, thank you. We're super excited. And we can answer any questions. I actually got quite a few questions on Instagram about it because with Instagram, it's easier to show live what's happening. However, if you do follow me only on Facebook, they do have the Facebook stories and I auto post to both. I just don't think people know to look there. But so when we did his last yearly panel where we do both a prick test and a blood test to confirm, he pretty much passed all the shellfish. There was just like a few small wheels. So when we did the blood work, it confirmed that. And the worst one out of the whole shellfish, you know, they do all the crustaceans, lobster, crab, shrimp, oyster, all that stuff. Shrimp was the highest. So our allergist, and this might be different, always, do you want to do the disclaimer for me?
We are not medical professionals.
True.
So
I fail biology.
Always check in with your own physician.
Thank you.
And specialist.
Thank you. Thank you, Bex. So anyways, our allergist surmised, and we feel comfortable with, if he passed shrimp, because that was his highest one, then he can do all shellfish. So like, we're now fish and shellfish. Like, bring on the sea, basically. If you are a fan of Jim Gaffigan, like I am, he calls them sea bugs, and I agree. I think shellfish are gross. But I'm gonna try to learn to stomach some of it. At the very least, just having options when we go out to eat. But our son loved it. I know.
He's not my son.
Yes, he is, because you are from the Caribbean that eats like seafood all the time.
They had him eat shrimp cocktail.
Cold. Like raw
shrimp.
And I don't do chowing it
cold
down.
Raw shrimp. And I definitely don't do cocktail sauce.
But
and he ate it and he loves it and he wants it for lunch tomorrow.
He was like, "Can you pack it for my school lunch?" And I was like, "I don't think your friends are gonna like you having a stink."
You want shrimp cocktail? What 6-year-old wants shrimp cocktail for lunch?
Like for real. So yeah, so that's a change in our food allergies. But yeah, we're glad to have you guys here for our food allergy chat. But those are his allergies for now, and we can talk more about the oral challenge. But to be fair, I mean, when I asked the allergist, I was like, "So what do I bring? Like shrimp scampi? Like I don't cook shrimp. I'm not really familiar with it because I never liked it. I didn't grow up eating it." And I was like, and our allergist is almost like an hour drive each way.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, what's going to stay not gross and stay warm? And he was like, oh, I always just have people bring it cold so you don't have to worry about like reheating it.
Yeah.
And it's easier to like cut up, and then you don't have to worry about cross contamination from like sauces or noodles. And so that's what he did. And he loved it. And you can't talk negative about it in front of him. Because I feel like you're like, oh, I can't believe you like that. And then kids are so susceptible to being like, oh, maybe I shouldn't like it, you know?
That's not
Well,
it's just I don't personally care for
that's true. So yeah, so people are sharing their food allergies. Awesome. Ellis Harris. Hey Tressa. So anywho, so we always do these live food allergy chats. And the reason why we do it is because I have the most awesome, I hate to even say readers, more like friends, where we just built this awesome community where we share what we know, we can freely ask questions without being shamed, and we just wanted an interactive space where instead of just commenting on photos and videos, we could get to know one another, we could share in our frustrations and the whole journey that is food allergies, because it just encompasses so much, you know? Yeah, someone's saying ceviche. Yeah, he would probably like that. I'll have to.
Like what?
Ceviche, it's like fish or shrimp that you can cook in like just acid, like lime juice or lemon juice.
Oh.
Anyways, good point. I had forgotten about that. So yeah, so we love to like catch up, hear what's been going on with you guys for the first little bit, and then we just do live questions where we can talk about parenting with food allergies, social interactions with food allergies. We love to share what we've learned and hear from you guys. And I love to talk kind of what's going on. Like if you guys have some Thanksgiving or family issues, like there's a lot of holidays coming up. We have all of our previous ones saved on my Facebook page, facebook.com/allergyawesomeness, my video section. And we have talked about every topic under the sun about food allergies, whether it's the stress on a marriage, 504 plans, dealing with school and teachers, so you can go back and rewatch those at any point. But we haven't really talked about like Christmas and Thanksgiving and the holidays, so that might be fun. But we're happy to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. And to begin with, oh yeah, that's a good idea. At Kellerman's. Someone's just finding out they've got a brand new food allergy for their 1-year-old. Yeah, we're all on different paths with the food allergy, but it's just nice to be with people who get it. You know what I'm saying? So to just help you guys get to know us a little bit better, it's kind of fun to share something about ourselves, see if we have anything common we like to do, a little tidbit to get it going. You want to do it for each other or for yourself?
No, do it for ourselves.
Okay.
No, I don't have one.
You don't have one? Oh my goodness, yes you do. Think about it. My tidbit is, we usually think about these ahead of time.
Or forget.
Yeah. My tidbit is that, have I done this one before? I might have done this one before.
No.
I have 2 redheaded siblings, and I am brunette that gets a little help getting her blonde on. So,
you got red undertones though.
I do. If you try and dye my hair, red comes like screaming out. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I love redheads. I always pictured me having redheaded kids until I met my husband. So that's kind of supposed to be. Well, I knew that wasn't going to be an option. I didn't think I was going to be popping out redheads with you being my husband unless I cheated on you with the milkman or something. So, anyways,
I have European ancestry.
That's true. He is a big family history genealogy buff. If you ever need to know anything.
But yeah.
So, but yeah. What's my favorite class? Someone's asking me for my tidbit. Do you mean like at school? Is that what you mean? I always loved English and writing and journalism, and that's what I got my bachelor's in, because you tend to go with what's easiest for you. So that's what I did. Do you want to do, you thought of your tidbit, or you can answer that question?
Yeah, I thought of a tidbit.
Okay, go ahead.
Last week I got a crown. Yeah.
All that sugar eating.
Not a cool tidbit, but it's a tidbit. For those of you also
who want to know our personal pain.
Have had the experience of getting a crown. It wasn't that bad. Mine was more preventative than it was actually needing one. But
sorry, Facebook.
But now I can say, yeah, I have a crown.
Okay.
But as far as like my favorite class, I always liked like my sociology classes.
Which is what he's gone into. So
understanding people and how they interact in cultures and stuff like that.
Okay, Facebook. I'm sorry. You guys are going to write short comments.
It's Redheaded National Day today. Oh, look at that.
That is why the tidbit came to me. It was like meant to be. But yeah, I'm in the middle of two redheads, so any inferences you want to make of that, it's probably true. I'm sorry, Facebook. It's not letting me see more. Like we can only see a little bit of your comment. And when I click to see more, Facebook's being glitchy. See if your magical hands can do it. Nope, see. So I'm sorry, we're only seeing the first part of it, so you may have to write it out more than once, and then we're just making the camera bounce. Where are we both from? I'm originally from Idaho.
I'm from Boston.
And we met here in Utah at college. So keep the questions coming. That's really fun. So a couple of questions we've gotten about the oral challenge. That
Hey Adira.
Hey Adira, good to see you, friend. Did you find out? Oh, thank you. So if you were appreciate that. If you guys are following me, I had to call an ambulance and we had to take our middle son, the Peanuts and Tree Nuts, to the ER on Friday. It was scary. I've never felt like I had to call an ambulance before. I felt like, well, first of all, our middle son's never had a reaction before. It's always been our older, and our older's had like, I don't know, 4 or 5. Quite a few false alarms. We've taken to the ER a million times, it feels like, for either his asthma or his food allergies. So this was new, and our middle son's, it came on fast. And the reason why I called 911 this time, instead of being like, I know how to handle it, is one, we used to live like down the street from a hospital, and we've moved and we're farther away, and I didn't feel comfortable driving him because his breathing was so bad. I thought if he starts to crash, I don't want to be trying to drive and be like, oh my gosh, she's not breathing. I didn't feel safe doing that. And no, we never figured out what it was. I talked to the allergist about it today. I went through our garbage to see if there's unsafe wrappers or something he had gotten into, and our son swears, all he had was like some turkey and some yogurt and a Tootsie Roll. He's got a really great appetite, as you can tell. So we don't know, and it's super frustrating. Someone
saying cutting in and out. And Adira says it's blurred too.
Is it cutting out and blurry for other people? Because it looks fine to us.
Adira and Custom.
I know, I'm just wondering if there's more than the two. Well, I'm sorry. You can either jump over to Facebook or the replay should probably fix it. So I'm sorry. Hopefully it'll just come back in a second.
We can't tell from what we see.
Yeah, I don't know what to do because it looks fine on our side. So yeah, it was scary. It was scary to see how he reacted. A little different, but kind of the same as our one son, except for our oldest son's never really had respiratory issues. So it sounded like it was just an asthma attack. He was coughing. And I looked at him, and he had like hives on his eyes and some by his lips. And then I was like, what is going on? Because there's no known ingestion. Like he had been with me all day. We hadn't gone anywhere. And so I was just like, oh, maybe there's like a topical reaction, or he's like itched himself too much. Anyways, it was just really confusing. And that's why I called 911, because even though I feel like we have been through the ringer, it never hurts to like talk to another medical professional and be like, here's what's going on. Walk me through this. Do you think he needs the EpiPen? Blah, 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 blah. So that was fun to have all of our neighbors like, there's an ambulance at their house. What's going on? And
Did that happen?
Yeah, I feel like everyone's rubbernecking it. But we have really good neighbors, and they're very kind to check on us. So yeah, it was just scary. I gave him some albuterol. Because of the no known ingestion, they didn't have me give him an EpiPen, which I don't know that I agree with later on, but in the heat of the moment, I think I was so freaked out, and I didn't want to give it to him. I listened to them. By the time the ambulance came, he was a lot better, so they just sent us to the ER for monitoring. His symptoms had cleared, but he was just coughing so hard, and he had redness under his armpits, which our older son does too. I didn't know that was a symptom, but you can have like big, not just a hive, but like redness. Like our older son will get red around his nose.
Like they got sunburned under their armpit
like
or
burned.
Yeah.
And red behind his ears, red under his armpits, sometimes in his groin. Just I don't know why, but like the folds of his skin. So it is scary. And thank goodness my husband was able to come home afterwards. And I always feel like it's a little bit, because it's so traumatic. It's like heat of the moment, life altering decisions you feel like you could be making, adrenaline, second guessing yourself. Yeah, that I got home and I was like, I need to go lay down. And I have to do self care like that after to like decompress, because it's just like, oh my gosh, the worst could have happened and we're so lucky it didn't, and blah, 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 blah. And so it's just a lot to come down from. So thank you for asking. He's fine now. Like I said, by the time the ambulance came, they were like, we don't feel like he needs anything. Even though he's still got the hives and everything, we feel like his breathing sounds fine, his blood pressure's fine, and it just felt reassuring to have extra set of people. I mean, you feel a little silly. I'm like, I'm sorry I called, and he was really bad when I called. Anyways, but that's what they're there for. They're there for to make sure things don't happen, and thank goodness it wasn't worse. I'd much rather turn them away than have had something bad. And I'm sorry, I feel like we're missing stuff.
And no, we didn't use an EpiPen.
Like I had mentioned, I had got it out and was like getting ready to give it to him, but 911 didn't advise me to, and honestly, I probably should have anyways. And that's the thing, is giving an EpiPen will never hurt. It will only help. And I was just debating because like my baby was asleep, so I was like, how do I get her and then wrangle him? And so that's why I was like, and I was ready to give it to him, and I was waiting for the ambulance, and I thought, if he starts to look worse, I'm going to, if not, I'm going to let them, because trying to hold him and my baby, and my husband's not home, and I'm trying to do this by myself. And I would have, but they were like, hold on, let's wait and see what they think. And then they didn't think he needed one by the time they got here. So, but if you're ever in doubt, use it, because it's not going to harm them. And it can only help if it starts to turn bad quickly. So I'm not saying that do it like I did. I don't think we're the perfect textbook scenario. I have my doubts. Like I said, looking back, like, oh, I probably should have. But I just want to be honest and real of like in that moment of what I was struggling with and what my choices were, so you can learn from it. But I'm not saying what we did was right. Like looking back, it wouldn't have hurt me to do it. Mm-hmm. And if I was in doubt, I could have and should have. You know what I'm saying? What other I'm sorry, guys. I'm missing stuff.
Our boys don't have eczema.
Okay, so
they did when they were babies.
Oh man, our first one was so bad.
Yeah.
So like all over his legs.
I would say they grew out of it, Carrie.
They did.
I was asking, but it was definitely a big issue.
It was terrible.
When they're infants, like within the first year and a half.
Yeah. It was really bad. Yeah. Creams, and sometimes we hated to do it, but sometimes we'd have to do steroid creams. It was just so bad. And then our baby girl, who doesn't have antibiotics, it just gets like this kind of reoccurring patch on her elbow, but nothing like our first two. Oh my gosh. Like our baby, who shouldn't even have hand-eye coordination, could literally scratch the back of his head. And we were like, how can he do that? But it was just so bothersome to him. We'd have to put mittens on him. Oh, that was bad stage in our parenting. And they call it the atopic march, that like eczema, asthma, food allergies, they all kind of can go in line, and can all be if you have one, you have a higher chance of having the other. So it's very common to have eczema if you have one or the other. And he grew up, he's had struggle with eczema his whole life.
I have eczema.
I can like not put lotion on after the shower and be fine. Like,
flares depending on stress or dryness. It's gotten better.
Yeah, it's gotten way better. And we also feel like as we cleaned up our diet and we found triggers for our son, that his skin got better in tow. Like they went together, you know? And we noticed when we started cleaning up our diet, it helped his skin. So we found sometimes that there can be sensitivities for our kids' skin, that when we cut things out, their skin has gotten better. And age, you know? We think really taking good care of their skin when they're younger, staying on top of it, it didn't get worse, and so on and so forth. I could probably do a post or just recommend some products that we really like. Our allergist always recommends CeraVe, CERAVE, kind of like Walgreens and
any pharmacy.
Yeah, but it's got ceraminides, I don't know the scientific term, that are really good, that help with your skin. It like binds to it. It's that really thick, nice cream. So that's what it's kind of expensive, but we've always used it and really, really liked it. Oh, sorry, I'm not saying I wish I hadn't given the FB. I'm just saying, looking back, I probably waited too long, and it would have been better for me to have given the FB. I'm not saying I don't think I would ever regret giving the FB. Sorry about Instagram being choppy, guys. Do you ever? Sorry, someone just says, do you ever? And then it just cuts out. So I'm sorry. Yes, always have an EpiPen. We have like 6.
Yeah.
And yes, we do have, like I was saying, our neighbors were like rubbernecking it when the ambulance came, and I had a neighbor walk over and say, "I'll take your baby. Do you need me to take your baby while you're?" And I said, "No, she's so easygoing. She's fine. I can keep her with me." So we have great neighbors, a good support system. So thank you for asking. That makes a big difference for sure. So a couple of questions I wanted to answer real quick about the food oral challenge that I got that might be helpful.
Okay.
Is people are like, "Can you just challenge any food?" And like, no. So it's something that our center previously had a positive to. So we had avoided it because there was a reason. And because we get tested every year, it had gone down enough in both the prick and the blood for our allergists to be like, "We think he's outgrown it." And it can go both ways. It can either be like the tests are 0, but because he had been so allergic to it for so many years, our allergist can say, "You can try it at home, but it might be best to try it in the office just to make sure that nothing happens." Or it's like, it's, just borderline, it's barely showing up, so you could probably pass it. And again, there's been a history of it, so let's have you oral challenge it in our office. And the thing about oral challenges is they know like how much to give them, and they do like every 15 minutes, and they're checking their blood pressure, they're checking their heart rate. And it freaked me out today because our son, like, past oral challenges was flying colors, and after the first dose, he was like itching his eye like crazy, and I was like, I cannot have 2 anaphylaxis episodes in 1 week, because it's only been 4 days since our middle son. And I'm like, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Look at me. Are you getting hives?" And he's like, "No, it's fine." And he ended up being fine. It was just like an ill-timed eyelash issue, I guess. But yeah, it was a little worrisome. And I felt bad because there was another mom in there doing a baked milk challenge, and her child failed. Yeah, because some people can have no milk, and some people can tolerate if it's baked because it changes the protein. And he was like, "I'm going to throw up," and he was getting hives, and it was so sad. And our allergist, who was there, did not EpiPen him. And I'm not saying that's right or wrong. It was just interesting that he felt like he was staying on top of it enough that he gave him the Benadryl, and because it started to lessen, he didn't. But it was really sad. I felt bad that we passed.
You guys in the same room?
Yeah, it's just like a big waiting room. But they bring you into like an eating area, but because you're waiting, it's like a 3-hour appointment. So they have a TV and coloring books and stuff.
So you wait in between servings.
Yeah, you've got to wait. It's usually like 20 to 30 minutes. That's what I'm saying. I guess we could try it at home, but I like oral challenges because there's a doctor there, there's nurses there, checking, helping me check heart rate, monitor, stuff I couldn't do at home. And then, they start with like a teeny bite, and then 15 minutes later, a bigger bite, and then 15 minutes later. And then you end up, our son ate probably 7 or 8 shrimp by the end of it. Like more than you'd have in a surgery to kind of overload your system. Because, you might be okay with a small bite, but like, can your body handle it if you're like having it constant for a while? So that's why I recommend oral challenges. I feel better with oral challenges. So I'm sorry, Instagram. We've lost a bunch of people, and it must just be really bad service. I don't know. I'm sorry. Let's see. I'm sorry, dear. We can't see your whole comment. So all we see is something about your granddaughter. So you'll have to type in small comments for it to pop up. Facebook's being wonky tonight. I did want to go over real quick some. It's just not working. Some Thanksgiving tips that we've done, and I don't, there's not necessarily like a right or wrong way, but different things we've done in the past that have helped because I know family dynamics can be very tricky for some people. When our son was really young and he didn't care about food and didn't notice, we did go. Remember with Craig and Sherry?
No.
We went to Thanksgiving at Sherry's mom's house.
Oh, okay.
Because we wanted to be his family, and we knew he wouldn't care. So we just like brought his own container. I think he was still eating like soft food.
Gotcha.
And he still had allergies at that point, and we knew about it, but we knew he wouldn't care. So that's why we like risked, and that's been like our last normal Thanksgiving, like being invited somewhere, eating typical food. And ever since then, like I've always cooked it. Like I have one sister who is completely on board, willing to tweak every recipe, is never like, can I just bring this even if it's not safe for him? So ever since then, I've done the meal planning, and then I'll assign out, like, can you do this? Can you do this? Here's the recipe for it. And the nice thing is that my family likes my cooking, and they feel like my allergy recipes are good enough that they're not going without, and they still enjoy eating with us for the holidays. So that's worked out really, really nice. But we kind of just feel like, I mean, every once in a while. So, like, for example, this year, my parents are actually going to be here. They haven't been here in, well, like ever. I think since we've been married. And so, like, we're going to let them bring rolls because rolls are, like, a really big deal to them. And I would go get some safe rolls for my son, but he doesn't like rolls, you know? So it's like, I don't mind having things on the menu because he's old enough and he won't try and grab them or eat them that he doesn't care for. He's like, that's not even appealing to me, you know? Otherwise, I try and have everything he can because that's not fun to be like, oh, you know, look at this yummy, drippy dessert, and sorry, you can't have it or whatever. And I know some people, we've gotten a lot of comments in the past about, like, well, what do I do if, like, my mother-in-law doesn't understand, or my mother-in-law keeps trying to feed my son things and thinks only a little won't hurt him. Like, what would you say to that? So I feel like we get a lot of pushback about stuff like that.
Don't invite your mother-in-law.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, you decide who you have around your kids
Mm-hmm.
and in what setting, and you set the boundaries. And
yep, stay home.
People are not willing to respect that, and you are free to say, "I love you, but you're not invited."
Yeah. I mean, who all, like, give me a thumbs up if anyone else loves Rachel Hollis. Like, the girl is taking the world by storm. And I just love how, like, point blank she is. And how she's like, why do you let people like that into your life? Like, I guess she's giving me a little bit more boldness because I tried to be really nice about it before in our previous podcast. But, like, really? Like, you're going to let someone like that could, like, kill your child, like, welcome them into your home? Like, no. Like, just because they're blood doesn't give them permission to trespass on the safety of you or your family, you know? And I feel like so many people just get entangled in, like, but it's my mother-in-law, but it's my aunt, or but it's this, or but it's that. And it's like, so? You know? Like, I don't know. Like, just who's got time for that? Like, that is not going to be a fun holiday for you. Like, you are going to be on alert. You're going to be worried the whole time. And the point of getting together with family is to be connective, to enjoy each other's company. And you can't tell me you're having a good time when you feel like this woman or man doesn't respect you. You know what I mean? And it's just a false pretense. I was like, why even bother?
Yeah.
Like, that's not a holiday. Like, you go and you enjoy that time off, you know? Like, you enjoy your husband being off work and being with your family. Like, just letting someone like that just trample all over it, you know, and to each their own. Like, if you're not to that point where you feel like you know how to hold boundaries and it's more terrifying to you to rock the boat, then, you know.
Learn, because that's your child's safety.
Yeah. I'm just saying,
we're talking about food allergies. That's your child's safety. You are gambling in order to appease the so-called family members. So if you don't, I strongly advise learn.
And I can point you to some really good resources. Message me, because I'll be honest, like I hate confrontation. Like, I might be feisty online, but like, I don't like confrontation at all. Like, we're the opposite, okay? Like, Claudia will be quiet.
As I don't mind.
You don't play, though.
I don't like it. Yeah. But I don't mind.
But you can do it.
Talk about Disney, our Disneyland trip.
What part?
The car.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't fun.
Yeah. But, like, you know, I hate it. And I used to be, like, scared of what people think. And, like, it's taken therapy. It's taken good podcasts. And I can recommend it to you. But, like, it's so freeing. It's so freeing to be like, I don't have to deal with that. And I don't have to control people. And, like, if we have to, then we don't participate. Like, and you don't have to, like, try and control other people to be like, Mom, don't invite Aunt so-and-so because she's not. You just choose to not go then.
Yeah.
You do your own. And instead of being like, oh, pity party me, like, now I have to do my own, or we're not invited, like, make yours fun. Like, own it. Like, we're going to play our own games. We're going to make it whatever, or we're going to have hamburgers this year because we don't have to go. And Mom's going to do a fun, easy dinner, or we're going to go out to eat, or, like, whatever it is. Like, just own it. Own what works for you and your kids. And, yeah, it's okay to grieve or be sad. Like, oh, we've done this tradition for 30 years. And it's time for a new tradition because people aren't taking us seriously. And I promise you, people are not going to take you seriously if you keep letting them show up in ways that are unsafe for you and your family. So people who are like, what, this or that, my response is, until you have a degree and you are a medical doctor and you can converse with my son's allergist and you guys can come to a different agreement, then you don't have a say. Because you don't, like, he may have read some article or watched some Dateline special. You know, you don't go to the allergist, or feel free to come to my next allergist. Like, if you are really that concerned about my child's health and well-being and how I'm handling it, come to my next allergist appointment and you can ask some questions with me.
Yeah.
And seeing here from my doctor, because it sounds like you're having a hard time believing and understanding the choices that I'm making. And you don't have to, like, if you just don't want them to be involved that much, I'm just saying, if you really want to give them that opportunity, like, there's ways to help educate them versus letting them take risks. You know what I'm saying? So I just hope you guys have such a good Thanksgiving. Like, I just keep thinking about and it's not just Thanksgiving, it's like Christmas parties and holiday parties, and, you know, like, it can get really tricky. Food is going to be very central this next 2 months, and it can feel like a lot. It can feel like a lot. And I just don't want people to feel like they don't have a say in their own life and in their own family. You know what I mean? Okay, remember, we can't see long comments, Facebook. I'm sorry. So just give us like 2 sentences and comment again, and we'll read them in a stream. But it's not letting us. I don't know. Facebook's been being wonky. So is Instagram. They're all messing people. I think it's because they hate me. Like, seriously, they're always burying my stuff. If you like my stuff, you gotta like it and comment because they keep burying me in the algorithm. Okay, so Brittany, we can read her long comment because she's on Instagram. She says, this year we are doing Thanksgiving at our house with my side of the family because they are so accommodating. That's right. You get to be rewarded and show up because you've shown you are safe, you know, and supportive of our food allergies. So this year is going to be nice. Good for you, Brittany. I'm so glad you have family like that. And I bet you your family's like that because you have let them know what the rules are, and then they've chosen to show up for you, you know. So have a good Thanksgiving. That sounds lovely. I hope you guys have a great time. I feel like a lot of times people see when we talk about our family, like, oh, my sister's willing to make all my recipes and they're willing to only have out. But, like, and I think sometimes people like to blow it off, like, oh, she's just so lucky. She just has a really nice family. She just has a come. But it's not just the luck of the draw. It's what you choose to allow. It's what you choose to, like, no, I'm sorry, you can't bring that. Let's brainstorm. If you want that type of dish, what can we do instead of it, you know? What works for you? What else sounds good? Like, it's all in your control. Like, it's 100% in your control. Okay. I literally said no gluten and he's making a box cake. Yeah. So Mary, I would say those people are showing that they don't respect you and your medical decisions and your child, and they can't watch, they can't be around until they're willing to play by the rules, you know? Like, I'm really sorry to hear that happen. And it's too bad because you want to take people's word, but, like, talk is cheap. Like, how have they chosen to show up? Like, are they the type that, like, will agree because they don't want to rock the boat? But, you know, like, what's the word I'm looking for? There's
Comply.
yes, there's compliance where it's like, I'm just gonna go along with you to shut you up. And then there's like them owning it with you and understanding.
Yeah.
And if you can tell, it's just like, I'm just gonna comply, I'm gonna get you to shut up, okay, your child has food allergies. Don't trust. Don't trust. Like trust has to be earned, you know? So that's the way we've handled food allergies and you know, it works. It works for us. And it can be hard. I'm not saying it's not. Like, that might be more cooking for you. That might be less people at your table, you know, and I think it's worth it. And when our kids are old and grown and they know they can come back to mom's house because she's going to cook safely for them and they're going to have these warm memories of mom making a delicious dinner on the table, like, you'll be like, oh, that was 100% worth it, you know? Is there anything else you wanted to add about Thanksgiving, food allergies?
No, I think I agree. Like it's best to be around those who respect your boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
There is ways that you can have a Thanksgiving. Definitely Megan's blog if you're looking for recipes and ideas. You definitely go to that. But no, definitely you got to be safe. And it's just sad to hear when people have people that they trust and care about not respect their boundaries.
Yeah, it's so sad.
So like that's immediately my reaction. I'm just confused. Like yes, we're blessed to have people that respect ours, and it's just hard to understand if someone loves and cares about you, why they would choose that.
I love and care about you except for your medical issues.
So
That's amazing. Incongruent. Oh, thank you. Is there anything else?
thank you. What?
Thank you for reminding me. So I did a post, and I'll post it on social media at some point during this month. I'm going to start trying to post like all my Thanksgiving recipes. But I literally did a compilation post last year that was an entire Thanksgiving menu. It was the turkey. It was the gravy. It was the mashed potatoes. It was the sweet potatoes. It was several pies. It was cornbread. It was Brussels sprouts. Like it's, I mean, if you think you can't have a good Thanksgiving top 8 free, like think again. So I just put it all in one post. I think just Google allergy friendly Thanksgiving, and then always do. So this cracks me up. So Instagram doesn't let you put links in your photo caption. I don't know if you're aware of that. Please no. Like I would put it there if I could, because then people will comment below. Where do I find this? So when I say Google this, I've literally found the phrase that will pull up my post very first. So I'll say Google this, and then in parentheses I'll put the key phrase. I'll put the key phrase, and then if you put the plus sign and allergy awesomeness, if you're not aware of this, what that tells Google is I have to find allergy awesomeness and this phrase and put them together. And I think people are like, she's just saying plus allergy, like, you know, that's for a reason. And I can't get the swipe up link until I get 10,000. So they say on Instagram. So tell your friends, tell your grandma, tell your neighbor.
10,000
follows. So I'm sorry, I would love to make it easy for you. I always post the same thing on Instagram and Facebook. So know that if you really do want like that direct link, you can on Facebook. Facebook allows you to post links, which is really weird because it's owned by the same company. But so I hope that's helpful. Throughout the month, you're watching. I'm going to be posting each of those recipes individually. Today I posted my Jello strawberry pie, which is like light and airy and wonderful, and I cannot wait to make it. So yeah, get ready to start drooling because there's gonna be some good eats. Is there anything else we needed to say? Any other questions? Oh, I remember. So hopefully you guys have seen this. That's right. Okay, so you guys, this is an official launch date. It's April 19th, or yes, April 19th. 19th or 29th. Mid to late April.
And it's on pre-sale.
It's on pre-sale. So you can find it, pre-order on Amazon. So the nice thing about Amazon is because it's sold through their distribution, we can't always control if they discount it or not. So if you buy it on pre-sale, it locks you in to the best price. So right now I think it's like $21.99, which is like what, 30 cents a recipe? I mean, it's crazy. And so let's say it's $21.99, but it goes on sale for like, I don't know, Valentine's Day or something. it will give you the guaranteed lowest price, and it will ship it. Hello, Amazon Prime. As soon as it launches, so you don't have to go to the store to get it. So I totally recommend doing it that way. So you can either just go to Amazon.com and type in the title. It's called, ready for this? Drum roll. An Allergy Mom's Life-Saving Instant Pot Cookbook. So yes, you need an Instant Pot. I've gotten so many questions. Sorry guys, I am in love with the Instant Pot. I'm not affiliated with them. Instagram, you might die. The battery's about to go. Sorry. Just had no love tonight, Instagram. But everything's calibrated for a pressure cooker. Like the timing, the cuts of meat, everything. Like, and it's like one pot, like put the meat in, then add these vegetables, and boom, you're done. You know, so yes, you need Instant Pot. I promise you, you're gonna love the Instant Pot. I didn't know if I would. My parents gave it to me for Christmas 2 years, and we all know it's a pain making dinner from scratch every night when you got food allergies, and it has just made my life so much easier, so much faster, so much less prep. So you're gonna be so glad you have one. I have two now, so I can do my meat in one and my fish in the other. So it's an Allergy Mom's Life-Saving Instant Pot Cookbook. Sorry, someone just texted me, so made my brain go somewhere else. Or you can probably just look it up by my name too, Megan Lavin, Lavin. But look how close it is to going to print, you guys. I just got in the mail today. I think I got a little bit of homework. It's already gone the round through 2 editors, so I think it's pretty much there. But this is the last thing, is they send it to like print, and then you have to like mark on any last. So heaven help me, I don't miss any typos, because this is my last chance to catch it all. So I'm super excited. I appreciate you guys have been so kind. You helped me vote for a cover. You can see what it looks like in my social media feed. We posted about that, and yeah. So appreciate all the support, and I can't wait for you guys to have these recipes. We live off these recipes now. Like, it is our staple. Like, I made the Sunday roast on Sunday. We're gonna have the vegan, nut-free, dairy-free, gluten-free mac and cheese on Friday. Like, I'm like, oh, how are people dealing and living life without these recipes? Like, it's just life-changing. Hence the title. So I appreciate your guys' support. Tell everyone. Seriously, if I knew another allergy mom in my family, what I would do for them is I would buy it, print out the receipt, fold it up nice, put it in a cute letter, stocking stuffer. Let someone know that, like, you bought it for them, it's coming, their life is about to be changed for the better. So just throwing it out there. It'd be a good Christmas present. So we love you guys. Thank you for joining us this month. We will be back when? December. First Monday in December, 9 o'clock Mountain Time. So have a great holiday. Let me know how things go. If you're making my recipes, tag me in them. I'd love to see. And we'll see you guys next month. All right. Adios.
Bye.
Oops.